Japanese Tales, The Laughing Fit. When Takashina Shunpei was sent down on an official assignment to Kyushu, his younger brother, who had no government post, went with him. Shunpei's brother soon met a newly arrived Chinese master of sand magic. The method involved manipulating the hexagrams of the Book of Changes by means of 6 wooden sticks about 3 inches long and square in section. These were called san. Shunpei's brother wanted to learn sand magic too. At first the Chinese refused to teach him, but realized when he tried him out a little that he actually had a remarkable talent. "There's no point in you staying here, though," the Chinese warned. "Japan is hopeless for working the sand. I'll teach you if you'll come back with me to China." Shunpei's brother agreed right away, promising that he would happily do anything to master the art. "I'll be glad to go to China with you as long as I can serve you," he assured the man. So the Chinese began giving him lessons. He learned with amazing speed, which pleased his teacher greatly. "There are many sand masters in my country," he said, "but none of them understand the sand the way you do. Yes, you simply must come back with me to China." "Of course I will," his student answered. "Anything you say." "In the art of the sand," the Chinese continued, "there are methods for healing the sick, as there are also methods for killing instantly anyone you may have cause to dislike. I will give you full knowledge of them all. Only swear that you'll come back to my country with me." Shunpei's brother swore, but not quite wholeheartedly. This did not escape the Chinese, who taught him many things, but withheld the technique for killing. "I'll teach you how to kill people when we're on the boat," he said. One day, Takashina Shunpei had to leave for the capital on urgent business, and his brother prepared to go with him. The Chinese protested, but Shunpei's brother refused to stay behind. "The idea!" he exclaimed. "I can't just let him go by himself. But I will keep my promise. Do not worry." "All right," agreed the Chinese, "but come back. I've been planning to leave for China any day now. We'll go together when you return." With this understanding concluded, Shunpei's brother left for Kyoto. He was thinking he might really go to China after all, but his relations, as one might well imagine, persuaded him to stay on in the capital instead. Then Shunpei himself got wind of his brother's plans and put a stop to the whole idea. His brother never went back to Kyushu. The Chinese waited, and when he heard nothing from his student, began to send him accusing messages. All he got back were excuses about my aged parents and about wanting to see them through to the end of their lives before undertaking so long a journey. The Chinese realized that his student had never meant to keep his promise, and he sailed on to China alone. But before he left, he laid a very thorough curse on the miscreant. Shunpei's brother had always been highly intelligent, but now, under the influence of the curse, he grew vague, forgetful, and stupid. In the end, he could only make himself into a sort of monk at a mountain temple, and he spent his life trudging back and forth between this temple and Shunpei's residence. He had become a useless fool. He was once at Shunpei's house on the night of the monthly Koshin vigil, when everyone was to stay awake till dawn on pain of suffering some calamity. The young women of the household had gathered to while away the night together, and in the small hours, when they were beginning to feel awfully sleepy, they noticed their master's brother over in a corner, looking as witless as ever. "How about him?" cried a particularly high-spirited lady. "Maybe he knows a good story or two. Come, sir," she called to him, "tell us a story and make us laugh. Laughing will keep us awake." "I can't talk very well," the poor fool answered, "and I don't know any funny stories. But if you just want to laugh, yes, I can make you laugh. I certainly can." "You won't tell us a story, but you'll make us laugh anyway. What are you going to do? Dance, perhaps? Oh, that'll be even better than a story." The lady laughed at the very thought. No, no, I'm just going to make you laugh. Well, how? Come on then, show us. The woman watched eagerly as Shumpei's brother moved up to the lamp, untied the bag that held his sand, and emptied the sticks on the floor. What's funny about those things? The woman explained. Why, nothing, come on, we want to laugh. Shumpei's brother ignored them. Instead, he began making passes with the sticks and arranging them in patterns. When he was finished, he had one left over, and he held it up before them. Now, ladies, he said, you're going to laugh, and let's hope it doesn't hurt too badly. Yes, indeed, you're going to laugh. How stupid can you be? The woman muttered. How could laughing hurt? Shumpei's brother added the last stick to the pattern, and a spasm of mirth abruptly seized all the women. They laughed and laughed and simply could not stop. Tears poured from their eyes. Their sides felt as though they were literally splitting, and they thought they were going to die. Unable even to speak, they wrung their hands before the tormentor, who just now had been their victim, begging him to desist. I told you, he said. Have you had enough? They nodded frantically, rolling around the floor and laughing hilariously, even as they pleaded. When he thought they had suffered enough, he broke up the pattern. There was a sudden, dazed silence. I'd have been dead if that had gone on much longer, one woman finally gasped. I've never had an awful experience in my life. They were all lying in a heap, practically ill with their exhaustion. People said it was a very good thing that Shumpei's brother had never been taught how to kill people with the shan. If he had, something really awful might have happened.